Hey, Toastman here. It's that time again. It is time for version 1.04. Yes, it has been in the works for a couple of days, but I wanted to actually give you something that was more than just some graphical tweaks here and there. I have done a slew of smaller changes, including an additional level. I think you'll like it. Yeah, as you can see, there's a strobing play button on the front, and also this incredible music that's playing in the background. So let's, without further ado, let's go ahead and click play. We're going to do random mode, which is going to be totally insane. It usually kicks my butt because I've increased difficulty on some of these levels, the ones that I designed, some of them that even I don't really want to have to go through and try to beat. So as you can see, I have installed some decent looking dialog boxes, and now the responses will change based on how many times you've beaten the game. So there are 10 responses there in all. Now, we got dumped here on one of the most difficult levels. That's what happens in random mode, of course. You always wind up getting some of the worst. So we're lucky we actually have 5 hearts. So I think we did actually pretty well, considering, but yeah, we'll still die rather easily on this level. It's a bit difficult finding in closer quarters, and it's really meant for to be like one of the last levels that you face before the boss. But here we are. So this will take a little while to strategize and get through this. As you can see, another death, but we will get there. So one of the things I am working on that didn't make it into this release is a new enemy. We're going to take the little blue guy that charges. Yeah, he's called a bull. We're going to make a red version of him and have him explode. So fun stuff. One of the things I wanted to do in the environment is actually have breakable walls. So you could use them strategically to be able to break walls to perhaps enclosed rooms. That's why that has taken longer than I had anticipated. But all in all, I think that the levels that we're up to 18 now. I think they make good use of the available enemies and available items that we have. I would like to open this up on the items a bit more and have a much more of an RPG type of feel to it, where there's like countless number of items and they do all types of stuff. The idea of crafting has come to mind, but I think that might be a little bit out of the scope of the updates here. But certainly various things that you can pick up. Aha, we actually made it. Actually, once you beat that level, the rest of the game gets a lot easier. So this is one of Miziziz's levels. Still a bit challenging for only being the 3rd level that you're playing. But good stuff nonetheless. And of course, in the last release, I had come across a hidden level that was buried in the source code. I had looked at it a couple times and thought that, oh yeah, it's in there. And then I did a double take and be like, wait a minute, I don't remember seeing this one. So I opened it up, I checked it out, made sure that it actually played fine. There weren't any major issues, and sure enough, he had put kind of like a little bonus in there for people who want to modify this and make their own projects, which is of course what we've done here. So as you can see, much easier levels here moving forward. Not bad. And yeah, this is a mixture of all 3 of the elements. One thing you'll notice, not on this level specifically, but on other levels, is you'll have dead bodies, and the dead bodies absorb bullets from the rangers, which are the ones that shoot. So you'll be able to utilize them, the bodies, strategically to shield you from bullets, and also help you advance. And then this is the newest level. It's just all the ranger type of creature, and there's 8 of them in the level. And I designed the level to look like a castle rampart. So I think it came out really well. I like the look and feel of it. There's a heart in every corner, and in the bottom right hand corner is where you can teleport out. This can get a little tricky because there are those basically pillars in the middle of the room, but all in all, I think it turned out pretty well. And as I'm looking at this, I'm noticing that there aren't some shadows that should be there, so that will have to go into version 1.05. But solid level design, and I'm pleased with it. All right, this one's called Around the Corner. This is like the I believe the second one that I put together, and basically the gist of this was that I just wanted to create something simple, not get overly complex, and also try to reduce the number of enemy encounters, but still make it challenging enough. And so one of the additions I made on 1.04 is actually added that little inlet for that bull, so he won't like immediately charge you. He'll hang back, and right there is that enemy, the dead body that we can, if we needed to, we can hide behind it and let it absorb the bullets rather than taking those hits to our life. And of course, this is our encounter with Neifirst here. I widened the area, so if you want to speed run that and not pick up the heart, you can do that. Now the stats aren't quite available for that, where it goes and tells you how many hearts that you collected, either the big ones or the small ones. But that is going to be in version 1.05. I want to be able to show people a status screen. It has all of the various stats like that, and I could certainly take a few more days in development and throw that in. But I figured, it's been long enough. I wanted to go ahead and get this out the door. So here we are, and looking pretty decent here. So this is another level that I created. This was probably the third level that I put together, and again, it looks very much like a dungeon that you would see in a Dungeons and Dragons type of game, or really probably more like Venture. Venture was one of my all-time favorite games. It's one of the games also that I want to recreate with a modern look, but it's kind of strange. Like we're doing this, I'm kind of sort of doing that and making Venture-esque type of dungeons in this. And there's the dreaded going off screen. That's my mouse. I still haven't replaced it since my last recording, so I will here eventually. But it's really funny. It's like I don't have like any problems for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, when I go to make these recordings, I have it go off screen. Like for the entire development process, it doesn't go off screen. Then of course I do a playthrough, and boom, huge problems. So I'll get that taken care of. But as you can see, it's more of an annoyance. You can certainly die if if you have a bad mouse and it goes off screen. But the game isn't bugging out necessarily. I definitely do need to go in and take add some handling for the mouse to make sure that it's not giving some wonky positioning, so it's not able to go and shoot off into space. But it's a known error, it's a known bug, and it will be dealt with as soon as I can. So we're getting close to the end here, and as you notice, our timer disappeared. It looks like it's another little bug, and I'll get that sorted out. Just toggle it back on right there. But obviously it doesn't affect the gameplay whatsoever. The timer's been running the entire time. It's just it's always running unless you've beaten the game, or of course, like if you're in a playtesting mode, which this is not. None of the level skips or any of the other things like instantaneously winning the game, stuff like that. None of that is available. It's all turned off. So you won't be able to do that like you were able to in 1.03. But of course, there are new challenges in this, and that new level plays pretty decently. Not bad. I definitely have some plans for this boss. Obviously, I don't want the game to end here. This was a game jam, not necessarily my game jam. This was Miziziz's, and he did I can't even believe he was able to squeeze in a boss into a game jam. That's unbelievable. That's a lot of he took on a huge challenge there, and he passed it with flying colors. But the least I could do is add another boss, and of course we haven't seen Dark Force yet, and that would be an awesome thing. So yes, we won, great. And you can see we had 169 kills, 2 deaths, and we actually won the game. Now, Blessed Mode has been unlocked. We'll go ahead and click on that and go in it. And basically, Blessed Mode is just the ability to go through the game without having to kill anything. It's a non-violent mode. And as you see here, that we have a different response when we go over to the dead body. There are 10 total responses. I clicked one of the buttons to throw the weapon, and it instantaneously killed us. So that is all for this update. That's everything. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time, and like, comment, and subscribe. See you all later. Bye.